Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. And today I'm going to answer some questions that I have been receiving via social media and my email. By the way, I had changed my email, so you guys know it's consultveronika@gmail.com. I do have a form that you can contact me from the website, but in some ways it's easier if you contact me via email. And once again, it is consultveronika@gmail.com. I'll post it below. And hello guys, Dave and Aaron, good to see you, and Glenn. So I will be making a short live videos like this to answer questions, because I do not consult via email unless there is some exceptions. I can ask questions, but if your question can help other people, I am more than happy to address it in a video. If you asking about some very particular situation, if you asking about many things and questions into depth, and you have a story which is several pages, I can read it, but I won't consult you via email. You will have to order or book a session with me, and you can do it on my website. It's veronikaolson.com, or you can contact me and I will give you the link. But either way, I will find a way to help you. So if your topic is very interesting and can be helpful to many people, you are welcome to contact me, and make sure you know that you would like me to read your letter, so I can give you my insight, and other people maybe can share their experience. Another announcement I would like to make, that I have an open free group. I mean, it's open, but yet it's private. So you guys know I have a VIP club. It's a closed group, and we have our calls, we have our interactions, and we share some, things that are not public. But I decided to offer one more options to everybody, and that would be a group where it's easier to communicate and to comment, and I will be making live videos in that group. And I had added a couple of you already, and some of you asked me to add you, so I will be adding you. And for those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, you can send me an email to consultveronika@gmail.com, and I will send you the link to the group, so you can join the group. This group is absolutely free. It's for everyone, unless you are mean and disrespectful. If you have those qualities, you're gonna be blocked. But I'm creating this group to create a bigger community. And for those guys who are introverts and they are not comfortable commenting on my public page, and also so we get to know each other, because some of you guys want to know my story, some of you guys want to share your story, but you're not comfortable sharing it on public. So therefore we will have this group. And I would like, lately I've been feeling like my following have been growing, and I would like to share more about the story or things I've lived through here, because I think it could help many of you to not make the mistakes that maybe I had made, or things that I went through. Maybe you can make it a better experience. And I'm very open actually to share about my story. I was just somewhat reluctant to share things in public, because there are people that don't want to be talked about, and they could be a big part of the story. So people around me had not necessarily signed for the YouTube live, or a public channel live. In fact, they're not into it at all. So I have to be respectful, yet I do want to share with you things and experiences that might give you better example. When you tell a story, it's always a better example, number one. And also it might catch you right on time when you can do things right, and you won't have to go through certain things that I had to go through. So I was thinking about this, and yes, so I'm creating this group. It might take a week or two till we have enough of people, and I will be making live videos. And once again, it's open, but yet it's private. And in order to be a member, you have to have a profile picture. You have to have some real social profile. I will not add any ghosts. So if you are the ghost, you know, you have a weird name, you have a puppy dog on your profile picture, or a flower on your profile picture, or I don't know, Donald Trump or somebody else, or Obama instead of you, I won't be able to add you. I got to see that these are real people. So these are the updates. I'm very excited about that. And we probably will make some live videos in the group while, you know, we are traveling in Texas. By the way, I received some people asking me whether they could join us in Texas. And yes, you can, but you got to send me an email, a few words about me, not about me, about you. And also, you can join our call this coming Saturday for the VIP club at 10 a.m. In the morning Eastern time. You can hop on the call, so kind of introduce yourself, because it would be nice to know who is coming. But you are welcome, and I appreciate you know, your desire to be the part of the event. So. And now let me go through several questions. I won't answer them all because I gotta go. You know, we actually have a good day, so I want to make sure I get a little bit of that. Yeah, it's like a big treat. But anyways, I'm gonna go through several questions. So question number one, somebody asked me via email about the legal name. Like, what do you do when you change name? You know, you get married through K1, and then you have this document and that document. As some of you guys know, some of you who know my personal page on Facebook, I have my name through the with a dash. So that was my solution, because I had a concern how it's gonna look like, and I have to say it kind of was a good idea, because I have a lot of documents on mainly my Ukrainian passport, on my original last name, and then I put a dash and Olson. Olson obviously isn't a Ukrainian name. It did help me a lot, because I was never asked when I traveled with my son, because he's Olson, and when I travel by myself and I have my documents, I was never asked once, well, you have this last name here, you have that last name there. And that was my point. Now it has downsides, because my name is very long, and so when I need to, now it's longer, and I had not changed it. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. So when I need to fill up official documents, sometimes I'm running out of space. So that's a downside. And now most people here in Michigan, even in authority places, know me as Veronika Olson. Because like at the gym, at the bank, I basically kind of shortened my real last name, because it's very long, to just K. So even in the bank and in many places, people know me just as Veronika K. Olson instead of Kulpinova Olson, which is how you pronounce my original long last name. So it does have the downside that your name is becoming really long. But the awesome part for me, having a son, I didn't want to go, so, okay, are you his mom? Are you this? Are you that? So I have the documents, and it made it easy. I do not regret for making a long name, except for the moments when I need to dictate my name over the phone or deal with any official things. But I'm going to keep it this way for now. Possibly I might get completely Americanized and then change it. So you don't have to do that, though. The gentleman that sent me this question, you don't necessarily have to do that, though. So when you marry this lady, she can change her name to your last name. She will just need to have a document, copy of your marriage certificate. And preferably she might need to have original sometimes, you know, for the immigration when she travels, or copies that is signed. But she will need to have a marriage certificate with her when she is crossing the border, so she can show that yes, that is her, and here is a marriage certificate that shows the name change. Most people do that, so it's fine. Most people just have a paper that shows that it's them. It is them, but they got married, so now that's the last name is different. So it's really a personal choice. You need to see, you know, which one is better for you. And I hope that gives you an idea. You can ask your lady what she's comfortable with. Somehow I took that decision, and once again, I do not regret about it unless I need to dictate my name over the phone. I always laugh because I feel like it's 5 people. It's really long, and also I have my patronymic name in my official documents, which I don't like. It really makes it like some Arabic, you know, sheikh, you know, something like that. That cracks me up. But once again, it's only once in a great while when somebody need your real full name. So just for your consideration, and I hope that answered the questions. If you guys who are here have some quick questions, you can post them. Now the next question was from one of my consistent subscribers and a very active and positive member, Billy. He was asking about how to propose to a lady, and like what do you do when you are ready to propose her, but your parents are in another city, and by the rules you do have to ask the father about, you know, to ask your hand. You got to do it. So one way of doing this is, firstly, because it's a very nervous, exciting event. So basically, firstly, what you do is you propose to her. You find a romantic place. You know, it can be a whole different video about it. First, you propose to your lady. Hopefully, she says yes. Then, after that, you plan a dinner with your parents. So if you plan a dinner with your parents, they kind of be, she will kind of understand, and you can actually discuss that with your lady, with your fiancé, so she knows your parents better. She knows what place they're gonna be more comfortable in, whether you should travel to their city and talk to them. I mean, not talk to them. Have an event there, have a nice dinner over there, or maybe they would be comfortable to travel, let's say, to Kiev or Lviv or any other bigger city where your lady is. It's a totally fine question to ask your lady after she says yes. You make sure this happens. She will know the best way how to make your parents comfortable, cared for, relaxed, happy. So she will guide you on that one. And then it's going to be, I need to tell you, it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking. It's going to be a little bit exciting. Well, let's hope it's going to be very exciting. And you can try and learn this in Russian, but I suggest, well, you can learn these couple of words, how to propose in Russian, to get the practice with your lady, because a lot of parents in their 50s and 60s and 70s, they do not speak English, obviously. You can put some effort and learn two sentences in Russian. You can do it. You can do it, guys. If we can learn the whole thing, even though we have accent, but think about how much work that is. So you can learn how to say that. But if you are true, if you have, sometimes the accent is so bad that you will have to practice. You can't learn it in 1 hour. If you give yourself some time to practice, you can. But if you feel that nobody can understand you and you're real nervous, then relax And just a second, Ruslan, it's get the sound. If you're real nervous, so just say it in English. Just say it in English and they will understand. They will get an idea of what's happening. Just a minute, guys. Ruslan, I still can't do it. Thank you. So you will see how things are going and what's is best. You definitely want to make sure that it's a good environment, that it feels good. It's a celebrative mode, and you maybe, you probably gonna be sitting. Make sure that it's a beautiful place. It's beautiful, it's cozy, and once again, you can ask your fiance, what would be appropriate place for that. If you trust that lady enough to propose her to be in your life, you can trust her enough to guide you through this process. She will understand that you're nervous. But guys, most of parents, they wish happiness to their children. They want to see them happy and cared for and loved. So as long as they see that your eyes are happy, that she is excited, that you have good manners, and they will be thrilled. One thing I want to warn you is, our culture is a little bit more formal, so you do need to, dress up a little bit, and you do need to have some manners. Like, for example, I have to say this, you can't put your feet on a chair or on a table. I know it sounds ridiculous, but believe me, I witnessed a situation when somebody was waiting for a very special proposal dinner, and while this man was waiting for his future in-laws, he actually put his feet in front on a chair in front of him, and this is extremely disrespectful, guys. You can't do that. You have to sit all together, have your shoulders up and tight, and wait. And you can't have a chewing gum. Just think about, it's a formal event. It's a very special moment. It's a special moment for everybody, and it's time to be happy and celebrative. So that's my short version of the answer. I hope you get it. If you need more information, contact me. Maybe we can have a talk, or I can suggest you some resources. It is definitely a very special, exciting event. All right, let's see. I have more questions, but I'm just gonna take one or maybe maximum two more. All right, some example, guys, I want to give you about this man reached out to me, and he was asking about the Simferopol trip to go into Crimea. Is it hard to get there? And I want to tell you this, before you even consider whether it's easy or hard to go somewhere, first of all, you have to make sure you are going there for the right reason. I don't care if you talk with a lady online, especially through the websites, the paid websites for a year. It doesn't tell me anything rather than you had spent a bunch of money. It doesn't tell me that she's real and it's your relationship. And I offered this gentleman to make a relationship scam self-check to get my video lessons and basically check himself if actually he has a reason to go. But he kind of did not respond. Maybe he needs more time, maybe he's not sure. But I want to tell you, sometimes you have to invest a little bit of effort, time and money to not get screwed completely. I cannot stress that enough. This winter, I had several men that were about to travel to Ukraine for like 3 or 4 days to commit to ladies that were not even true. To commit to ladies who basically take this dating as a job and have been receiving financial support from several men without any intentions of marrying them. So I don't want you to be one of those. I have a lot of open resources, but there are some video lessons that I put some effort into, and I kind of combined all the information that's around, that will take you hours and hours to collect. So therefore, you do have to invest a little bit, but it can prevent you a heartbreak, a big travel, a visa process, because just so you know, Crimea, you need a Russian visa to go to Crimea right now, and it's not the best place to meet probably at this moment for an American, and it can save you thousands upon thousands of dollars of going there, staying there, and supporting the lady you don't even know. So I'm just saying this example because you don't have to use my service. You can use somebody else's service if you're maybe not sure. But most of you guys have been watching me for a while. You know that I do put my heart to it, because I hate receiving messages when people were scammed, and not only of a large amounts of money, but of their hope, of their dreams, and they can hardly get back on a horse. So, dear gentleman that was going to see a lady in Simferopol, you do need my help, because your situation is very unclear. Talking 1 year with a lady via paid website does not guarantee you she even be there when you arrive, and does not guarantee you she's real. So that's all I got to say for this question. I'm just saying this because more people watching it, and I don't want you to be that kind of guys that fly across the ocean for maybe one dinner, and that's all. Guys, if you're that rich, there are charities you can help. There are children who are starving. There are people who need help. Help those people. If you just don't know what to do with your time and money, or if you do this, do it, but don't complain. Okay? If you go and you take these decisions, just don't complain and don't cry afterwards. So that's my deal. All right, I'm gonna take one last question for this time. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody asking me, do I have a donation link, or am I on Patreon? And he's writing that I'm asking this for selfish reasons, because I would like to support what you do. So that's become your main gig. All right, so I'm not going to read the whole letter, but basically it's a beautiful letter of gratitude. And one of my subscribers is asking me, is there a way to support my channel? And he feels that he would like to encourage others to make contributions depending on the values they receive. And he's once again saying that he asking for selfish reasons, because he doesn't want me to quit what I do, and in fact he want that to grow, because you guys know I have an online business. I have a retro for shop where it's a big part of what I'm doing, and he wants me to quit that and just be on YouTube and helping guys, which is very sweet. I appreciate the question. And I did make an account on Patreon. I just literally made an account. I made a post. I had not made videos in there, and honestly, I do not know if I want to be committing to another project with Patreon. It could be, but it's probably going to be a very slow process. So guys, if some of you do want to support me or contribute something, since I've been receiving those letters, I won't ignore them. I want to show my appreciation towards them. You can just be in either of my groups, and as I will share my link. So if you want to make a donation, you are welcome. You are welcome, and I appreciate that, because it is true. At some point, I was just thinking there is so much going on with two businesses. It's almost three businesses, because I have several shops. It's a huge commitment, and I'm thinking in the near future I'm gonna choose one. I don't know which one I'm gonna choose, because I have to be responsible. And I do love both. But at some point I will choose one. So possibly I will choose to do the YouTube videos and learning and helping other people. It's possible, and that's what I probably would prefer over the other one. Although I do love the retro glam, I do love my furs. I love giving women the inspiration to dress up and be beautiful. So once again, I'm not sure about the Patreon, because if I be on Patreon, I feel like I need to create some very special content for Patreon, and I feel that it could be more helpful if I create it in YouTube group, in my Facebook groups. So cannot commit yet, but you're very welcome to share your ideas. And I appreciate that you even think about rewards, you even think about things like being grateful or somehow support me for the work I do. It means more than support itself to me. And guys, don't forget that there are other options that you can also use. You can comment on the videos, you can put likes and shares. It does help to spread the message, and more than that, it can help somebody from from getting scammed, from getting depressed, from following the wrong person, from being deceived or delusional, and it can change someone's life. So each time I feel that, okay, this is enough, I need to quit this, it takes a lot of energy, I need to do more for myself. It is so interesting. Each time this happens, I receive a bunch of emails with appreciation and how things have been better and clear. And some people just watching some of the motivational videos and they're going through hard times or depression. I'm like, I'm not gonna stop now. I feel responsible, and I be honest, I do get a lot of happiness, real happiness and fulfillment and drive, and just how to say this, inner satisfaction to keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, when I receive your feedback, the real feedback, not just some compliments or some some things like that, but the real feedback, what you actually been doing, and changes and insights. It's good for me to know, because sometimes I feel just like everybody else, I feel some seeds of doubt, or I feel maybe nobody needs this. We all of us going through this once in a while. So let me see if I have, maybe I'll take another question. Okay, one more question, real quick. The lady asked me in a email just recently about dating Ukrainian man. Like, what do they need to know about Ukrainian man? And she's not so sure about him. And I could possibly make more videos and a different video on that, and I have to really dig into my memory on dating Ukrainian men. But it really depends. If he is in Ukraine, he will have one mentality. If he is in US, he will still have Ukrainian man mentality, kind of leadership in a relationship mentality. But he will, if he lived here long enough, he will be in some ways a better version. And I tell you why. Because Ukrainian men who lived in US for a while, they are more likely to give women less, more freedom, and they are less controlling. Somehow our culture in Ukraine a little bit more controlling, and women, after they get married and they have kids, a lot of times they really tied to home. They often don't have much time to go and do something for themselves, even silly things like go and do their nails or hair, or go out with girlfriends. Not everybody. There are some wonderful husbands that are negotiating free time and loving and caring, but there are those that are very kind of old style, and they don't necessarily care about the benefits for, or some some special time that all women need to just recover. You know what I mean? So I would say for the ladies that ask me that question, you need to write me a little bit more details. Overall, some of the Ukrainian men are incredible, and Ukrainian, Russian, it doesn't matter, Slavic. They have some things that I really like about them. It's leadership, knowing what they want, and generosity and romance. They are very romantic and they're very generous, and they know how to be gentlemen, and they also know how to conquer you. So we do have some high quality men. The reason why women looking abroad, because we don't have enough of them. I personally, of course, observed a lot of families and friends of mine, and I can definitely tell you that sometimes Ukrainian man is a dream. And here in US, I know that in the Russian community we have here near Detroit, when there is a new Ukrainian man or Russian man is single and available, all the girls are excited, and they're excited because we have common background, we have common jokes, common culture. It is very special when you can share that. So, but it still requires a great person. It still requires a quality man. So if we only have common culture, but he is a jerk, or he is a womanizer, or he is not a solid guy, it's not gonna help. But it's funny because the lady who was asking me, I think she was American. So for you, that's not necessarily a benefit because you don't really know, it's not your culture, your language. But on the other side, if you find some things in common, once again, one thing that I appreciate about our men, that they, our good quality, high level men, that they take pride in the man role. They like to lead, they like to make plans, they see themselves from the leader position, and we like it. We don't like undecisive, wishy-washy guys. Yes, we like the man who knows what he wants, and he doesn't see obstacles. So I will possibly make some more videos about that. And once again, guys, new email, consultveronika@gmail.com. You're welcome to contact me. I will make some more Q&A sessions like this. If you are watching, because I know the majority of you will watch this video when you're back from work, so put hashtag replay, so I know you've been watching it, and I know the questions you ask have been answered in the video. So feel free to if you want me to share your letters with subscribers, I can do that. If you want my personal help, you have to send an email, kind of giving me an idea what situation you're in, and you can book a session from my website. It's veronikaolson.com. And thank you so very much, guys, for being great supporters, for changing your life, for living out of the box, for staying with me on my channel, and for all the things you do, whatever, which way you supported me, everything counts. So thank you so very much, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.